Hey, congratulations to Mousesports as they just came off from an impressive victory at Flashpoint Season 3. According to HLTV, Mousesports' best map in the last few months is Nuke with a win rate of 76%. Today I want to show you how Dexter holds the A bomb site, so let's get started. During a default, Dexter will come out from heaven and molly into hut. He will then hold this angle. If the T's want to rush into A, they'll need to smoke the molly, which will create a wall for Dexter to hold. Here is another example of Dexter doing his default from heaven. Notice when he throws the Molotov it lands really deep. This prevents any T's from getting into hut early and trying to find any angles. In this round, Dexter does his default from heaven, but then wants an in silo by going over to this corner, shooting the windows, and then doing this lineup. This deals around 50 damage to Hunter. Dexter will once again come over to this corner, do another nade, and will hit res for -50. When Dexter doesn't have a Molotov, he will opt to have a grenade out. If the T's decide to rush, he'll toss the grenade, he'll do some damage, and then he will fall onto sight. Whenever Dexter is playing towards heaven, if there's an execute happening on the A bomb site, he will drop down and help BMS. When Dexter is playing towards the left side of these rafters, here is a smoke lineup that you can use to re-smoke Squeaky. If you want an easier lineup, you can come over to the same corner, line it up with the small low box on the left and the pillar in the middle, then left click throw. Here is the smoke that Dexter uses to smoke Squeaky from heaven. When Dexter decides to play on the A bomb site, he loves to hold this Tetris angle, towards the left side of the site. In this round, Squeaky is smoked off and BMS is holding main, so Dexter decides to hold hut from site. Whenever there is an execute, Dexter will jump down onto the site and hold Tetris from the left side of the bomb site. Here we have another example of Dexter in an execute. He flashes off hut and then peeks towards Tetris. He will frag Dexter, then he will peek hut, however he will get traded by Hunter. Once again, Dexter is jumping into the A bomb site and decides to flash Squeaky to delay NIP's execute. Dexter will then peek and get 2 free kills. Mousesports managed to win the round since NIP are unable to trade. Dexter is playing on site with BMS, however this time they're going to do a cool hut setup. Dexter is going to bait for BMS. However, no one's going to push, so Dexter decides to flash BMS into hut, declare it. BMS checks it and confirms no one is there. Dexter and BMS have a cool switch and bait setup where BMS will take the first contact, Dexter will then swing, and BMS will then swing after that. This makes it very difficult for GT to trade since the Mousesports players are constantly popping in and out of angles. This is an angle that Dexter likes to play a lot whenever he's playing towards site. He's able to see the T's footsteps and able to get free shots while they can't see him. He does a lot of damage but does die in this round. Once again, Dexter is playing towards this top solo angle, however this round he gets a monstrous 3k spray down. Whenever Dexter is on top of silo, he has a lineup where he can smoke up Squeaky, or get to the front of the left side of the silo, aim towards here and left click throw. Here is another lineup that Dexter will use to smoke off Squeaky from site, just aim here and left click throw. Dexter will usually play towards Squeaky when he thinks it's going to be an execute or an eco. He will get his Molotov ready just in case they blow off the door. However in this round NIP don't rush. Once again Dexter is playing towards Squeaky while NIP are on an eco. Dexter will play from old vents and hold towards Squeaky. Eco will shoot a hole into the door where Dexter can peek into it. This allows Dexter to get a lot of information. And in this round, BMS is going to play towards hut, so Dexter decides to play off BMS and play towards old vents so he can hold Squeaky. GT will going to molly Dexter out and execute onto the A bomb site. Dexter is forced to go into the open and manages to get 2 kills. Notice how GT are only coming from hut and main. This is because Dexter's Squeaky smoke is preventing them from coming out of Squeaky. Not only that, Dexter is safe from main since BMS is holding it from site, so the only angle that Dexter can get peeked from is from hut, or if they run through the Squeaky smoke, which he'll see first. While Dexter's playing towards Squeaky, he gets the info that the T's can go down into secret. Dexter will silently go down into vents and watch tunnels. Meanwhile, Rops is rotating from ramp into double, and A-Cause is rotated to ramp. Dexter can now go back to vents and watch A, since tunnels is now being watched by Rops. Whenever there's a deep smoke from the T's like this, it's very important to spam it as Dexter is shown here, because the T's can be lurking here, boosting, or could be trying to go down vents. In this round, Dexter is spamming the vents, spamming the smoke, and decides to toss a nade and gets a double kill on Big. Once again, there's a deep smoke from the T's and Dexter decides to spam Squeaky. Since all the T's are trying to run through one choke point, it's very difficult for them to spread out, meaning it's a lot easier for Dexter to spray the smoke. Once again, there's a deep smoke from the T's and Dexter is spamming the vent position. He tags Thompson through the vents and Bimus finishes him off. When Dexter is playing towards heavily and there's pressure towards ramp, Dexter will rotate down into ramp and help out his ramp players. Aiko will flash him into ramp, however he does not get a kill. He wants to prevent his ramp players getting rushed on by the T's, so he decides to throw himself into the fire, however shortly dies after. In this round, Rops needs to rotate from ramp down into B, so Dexter decides to take his place by coming from heaven into ramp, smoking off ramp, and then plays towards his close angle position. However, he needs to fall off shortly after. At times, Dexter likes to play on top of the rafters and watch Hut. While he's doing this, he likes to jiggle both main and Hut if main is open. Whenever he wants to look towards main, he'll make sure that his Hut is covered. In this round, G2 are executing onto the A bomb site. Dexter will play anti-flash as he knows the flashes are coming, then gets a kill onto Amanek and does this cool little nade. Notice how Dexter isn't in the Molotov, but the T's will numbly throw from lobby. This prevents him from taking any Molotov damage, allows him to stay in position on top of the rafters. Once again, Dexter towards the same position, now in range of the Molotov, and gets slashed. His teammate Bimus will die, however GT decide not to execute onto the bomb site, and Dexter clears Hut. In this round, Dexter decides to play towards Squeaky by going top of Hut, likely because he had the first spawn, so he's going to Molotov Squeaky. After the Molotov goes, he's going to put down a smoke on Squeaky. Bimus receives contact from Hut and he goes to help. Dexter will then get a double and secure the round from Mousesports. However, I'm not sure about him jumping down. In general, some words I think would best describe Dexter's playstyle would be that he's a team player. He consistently tries to play off Bimus, so if Bimus is playing Hut, he'll try to play old vents. Whenever there's an issue around the map, he'll be the first person to rotate if he's in a good position. He'll try to predict the enemy's next move by changing his setup. So that's the end of the video. However, if you have a player you want me to review next, feel free to put it into the comments and I'll have a think about it. I'm also wanting to post some pro strats onto my Twitter. My link is in the description below. Apart from that, thank you for watching. See you in a bit.